Welcome back everybody to Monday Night Raw. I am your host as always. Tonight we've got a great show for you. We've got the WWE Undisputed Championship Contenders Rankings. Here, number one on the list, Shinsuke Nakamura picking up a great victory. You can see the superstars who are competing for the Undisputed Championship. We will have matches over the course of a few weeks to determine who will go on to be the contenders at the pay-per-view. Also here tonight, we'll be starting the tournament for the World Tag Team Championships. We have Titus Worldwide going against Finn Balor and Hideo Itami. The Usos will meet the Hart Foundation. The New Day will go against Kalisto and Gran Metalik. And finally tonight we'll see the match between the Outsiders and the Hype Bros to begin the tournament. And while we discuss championships, going to Twitter, The Miz tweeted this after last week, quote, "I was cheated out of a victory last week on Raw. I'm not asking for a rematch, I'm demanding." And he included this photo where it looks like he broke up the yes lock that granted Daniel Bryan the victory. And to The Miz's tweet, Cesaro responded this. He said, quote, "At Mike The Miz, the WWE Universe deserves a real European champion, not a wannabe Hollywood star. Therefore, we will see The Miz and Cesaro in action tonight for the number one contendership for the European title." But that is later on in the night. Right now, to start off Monday Night Raw, we've got singles action. Natalya is in the ring, looking to bounce back after her title loss last week against Alexa Bliss. The vacant WWE Women's Championship going to Alexa Bliss, losing to a DDT. Natalya has to get back into the game. She looks ready in front of this Monday night crowd. Her opponent here tonight, the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella, making her Raw debut. Alexa Bliss has to be looking at this match closely, as she should look at every single women's match closely because she has the largest target on her back now with the title. Carmella is looking very ready for this match against Natalya, but she should not underestimate her opponent. A 10+ year veteran is Natalya. She knows how to take out any woman on the roster. And as both women get set in the corner, the referee will ring the bell and this one will start. Natalya running with a wheelbarrow bulldog to start this match. Taking down Carmella early on. Now wrenching that arm, slamming it down onto the mat. Now lifting Carmella by the neck. Starting this match off quick. Elbow to the back of the head. Not going to let Carmella get an opening on her this far in the match. But Carmella able to counter with the Fireman Carry takeover. Carmella now with some offense. A swinging neck breaker takes down the Queen of Hearts. And going for the first pin of the match. One. And a kick out at one by Natalya. As of now, the contendership for Alexa Bliss's Women's Championship is completely open. So every single women's match has to be important to every single woman on the roster as Natalya counters knee to the gut. And now hooking the arms. Fisherman suplex. Beautiful by Natalya. And a kick to the back. As I was saying, every single woman on the roster has to impress in order to make it clear they are searching for Alexa Bliss's WWE Women's title. Carmella now with a reversal DDT in the center of the ring. The move that took Natalya out in the title match last week. Carmella now Irish whip into the ropes. And a huge drop kick taking down Natalya. Carmella now looking for some sort of leg lock submission, but Natalya able to escape, and now a body slam. As the veteran here in this match, Natalya has to show her dominance. She has to prove to herself and to this audience that she is in fact the Queen of Hearts. is once again going for another body slam. Perhaps running into that corner, slamming Carmella's back into the turnbuckles, and a body slam running into the center of the ring. Carmella, however, getting the counter. Now getting the upper hand, perhaps looking for a Russian leg sweep of some sort, but no, Natalya able to counter with a hip toss as she kicks Carmella in the gut. Stomps, rather. And a double axe handle to the back. And just like that, discus clothesline takes down Carmella. This one could be it if she goes for the cover, but no, stomping away at the face. She could have got the victory by going for the cover, but it looks like she's looking for something else as she hits a running drop kick. And now taunting Carmella. These fans showing disapproval as she continues her assault on the Princess of Staten Island. Carmella now, beautiful snapmare, takes down Natalya. Head locked between the legs, but once again Natalya able to swing the momentum around, escape. Now looking for another body slam, perhaps. Third of the evening. Running body slam, power slam, perhaps. Shades of Braun Strowman as Carmella reverses arm drag. She's got Natalya cornered in a DDT. Carmella impressive in this match, but it's just not enough as Natalya with the rake to the eyes and a German suplex. I was going to say Carmella has impressed in this match. Would not have thought that she could have held her own against Natalya, but she has proven that so far. It's Natalya dragging her by the legs. It looks like she's going for the sharpshooter. The sharpshooter, the move made famous, debatably, by her uncle Bret Hart. Sharpshooter in the center of the ring, and with nowhere to go, Carmella taps out. There's got to be a message sent to the WWE Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. You've got to imagine, after losing last week, not being able to become the inaugural Women's Champion, that Natalya has a chip on her shoulder. She's going to try to climb her way to the top. An impressive victory. Getting back into the action, we have one of the matches that is going on to determine who will face off for the Undisputed Championship. Samoa Joe looking prepared as these fans get behind him. Samoa Joe tonight is going to go one-on-one against Randy Orton. Both men were, well, I don't want to be disrespectful, but were losers last week in their respective matches. Samoa Joe losing to Shinsuke Nakamura. Randy Orton losing to Edge. Edge will go on later to face Rusev. Samoa Joe looks like he's on some sort of destructive path. Like he has to reclaim the top of the mountain after losing last week. That's exactly what he's going to have to do against Randy Orton. One of these men here tonight, if they lose, will be thrown to the bottom of the Undisputed Championship rankings. Neither of these men want that. There he is, Randy Orton, the Viper, getting ready for one-on-one action. After losing last week to Edge, he reached a hand out to his former partner, showing respect, but there may be no respect in this match between these two. These fans are making it clear they are behind Randy Orton. Randy Orton fans all around the arena. They're here to support. They want him to win the Undisputed title. Looking to put another championship under his list of accolades. But to do so, he must defeat Samoa Joe here tonight. This match will begin now. Both men meeting in the center of the ring. Collar and elbow tie-up. Randy Orton going behind. Waistlock takes down Samoa Joe to the mat. It's very rare that somebody takes that big guy down to the mat. Now Samoa Joe able to get back to his feet. Waistlock now behind Randy Orton, wrenching on that waist. Randy Orton able to escape. Slip behind. Now Samoa Joe snapmare into a chin lock. And sending his knee into the back of Randy Orton. Another collar and elbow tie-up, side headlock by Joe. Hip toss. Launching Orton maybe 10 feet in the air. Chop to the chest. Now a DDT. This one's not looking good for Orton this early on, as Samoa Joe goes for the pin. 1, but Randy able to kick out at 1. Both these men have to have a chip on their shoulder after losing both of them last week in their respective matches, like I've said earlier on. Samoa Joe continuing the offense. But Randy now able to counter, wrestling takedown to the mat. Not most men can lift Joe and slam him down like that, but Randy Orton is not like most men. The Viper, the Legend Killer, DDT to Samoa Joe. Now slamming that arm down to the mat. Randy Orton isn't like most wrestlers, like I said. He will target not one, but all limbs, as Samoa Joe able to counter. Irish whip into the ropes. And a forearm to the side of the face. Going for another pin, Samoa Joe. 1. Not even a 1 count. Randy Orton able to kick out. Another forearm to the side of the face. Lifting Orton up. Crossing those legs and slamming him down. Stomping away at the Viper. As Joe now backs into that corner, stomping his feet on the ground. Calling Orton up to his feet. Lifting him up over his shoulder. And dropping him down, snake eyes on that top turnbuckle. Underneath that padding is just steel. That steel collided with the face of Randy Orton as Joe now wrenches on the neck. Looking to do some real damage. Now lifting Orton up again. And a back suplex. Orton landing on the back of the head, kicking away Samoa Joe. And another kick to the back, maybe to the head of Joe. Randy now Irish whip sends Samoa Joe out of the ring, and he'll waste no time to leave the ring himself. It's dangerous for both men to be outside the ring as Orton tosses Samoa Joe up that ramp. Neither of these men want to lose, let alone lose via countout, as Randy Orton hits a huge clothesline. Now lifts up Samoa Joe, but Samoa Joe able to counter, taking Randy down. Both these men brawling now outside of the ring, up the ramp. Want to get back into the ring before the referee's 10 count. Orton with another clothesline and a taunt. These fans are loud for Randy Orton as he runs back to the ring, trying to get back in before the 10 count. Samoa Joe now barely getting back to his feet. I believe the referee's count is at 8, and Samoa Joe's able to return to the ring. And immediately going on the offense, another back suplex takes the Viper down. And a taunt of his own. Samoa Joe has had the upper hand in the majority of this match, continuing that attack. A back elbow followed by enziguri to the head. This does not look good for Orton. Samoa Joe might be looking for the end, the finish of this match. Kick to the gut. Lifting Orton up. Slamming down to the mat. Looked like he was going for a powerbomb, but no, just slamming his body down to the mat. So he gets him back to his feet once again. Orton able to counter. Fireman carry takeover. These fans calling for the RKO, chanting for the RKO as Orton goes for a neck breaker, maybe a reverse DDT, dragging Samoa Joe's body near the center of the ring. And now stomping away to the arm, now to the leg, picking at every single limb of Samoa Joe. This crowd calling for the RKO, and they might just get it. Randy Orton stomping away at the mat. RKO to Samoa Joe. This one could be over as he goes for the pin, hooks the leg. Referee getting in position. 1, 2. But a kick out by Samoa Joe at 2, able to kick out from the RKO. It's going to take more than just one RKO to take Samoa Joe down. Randy Orton understands that, kicking him down, but once again lifting him. Clothesline, another clothesline. Duck the clothesline and a power slam by Orton. Orton with that sequence of moves, but Joe able to quickly get to his feet. Looking for a backbreaker, but Randy Orton able to knee him in the face. Joe with a spinning back slap to Orton. Is now once again backing into that corner, waiting for Orton to get to his feet. And Orton does with a huge back elbow for exploder suplex. And he's calling for it again, slamming down to that mat, but Joe able to stay in that corner. Clothesline in the corner by Randy Orton. Looks like he was going for the RKO, but Joe, smart, he rolled towards the corner. Now DDT to Orton. And now what is this? Now Samoa Joe slamming his fist down on that mat. Samoa Joe with the RKO. And slithering in, mocking Randy Orton, hooking both legs. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Samoa Joe just almost beat Randy Orton with his own move. The disrespect. Like I said, Randy Orton and Edge in their previous match last week showed respect for each other, but there is nothing but disrespect between these two men. As Randy gets back on his feet, snap suplex. Sends the big guy down. Randy Orton is furious that he just got hit by his own move. Runs and just a drive-by knee to the side of the face of Joe, and he's going for another pin. 1, 2, but a kick out at 2. Randy looking frustrated after that kick out. He wants this match to end as quick as possible as he goes for a chin lock from behind on the mat. Joe able to power out, get up to his feet, get up to both feet, elbows to the gut. And Randy now snapmare. Looked like Joe was going for something, but ooh, and Orton is busted open. After that elbow, Orton is busted open. Joe with a punch, a German suplex. Now look at this, hooking those arms. Another crossing those arms now, and a straight jacket suplex takes down Orton. That trifecta of suplexes, damaging that back, the upper back area. Joe, Irish whip into the corner. Could be looking for something here. Yep, there it is. There it is. Can he? The muscle buster. Samoa Joe with the muscle buster. Now he has to just climb into that pin, hooking the outside leg. 1, 2, 3. That's over with the muscle buster. Samoa Joe, from out of nowhere, using a move he has not used in quite some time, proves that he is still on the hunt for the undisputed title. Impressive victory. Great victory. What's still to come tonight, everybody, is the WWE European Championship #1 contenders match between The Miz and Cesaro. Not to mention our main event, Rusev will go one-on-one with the Rated R superstar Edge. There they are. The Outsiders have arrived to Monday Night Raw, the first match in the World Tag Team Title Tournaments. That is a mouthful to say. The Outsiders look to grab those titles. There in the ring, you see their opponents, the Hype Bros, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. They might be in more trouble than they think. The Outsiders, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, previously known as Diesel, and Razor Ramon in the WWE before jumping ship to WCW. But they're back in the WWE looking for the titles. Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley strategizing in their corner. As this match begins, Zack Ryder will start off against Kevin Nash. And look at that, Zack Ryder starting off with the offense here. Punches and kicks to Kevin Nash, but Kevin Nash able to counter. Huge forearm to the back. And a back suplex to Zack Ryder. This match is expected to be one-sided. We have a dark horse in Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, especially going against these two men. Kevin Nash, a simple punch to the side of the face, but it's effective nonetheless, lifting Zack Ryder by the neck. Zack able to counter now. Jumping clothesline, takes down the big guy. As he goes into his corner looking to tag out to Mojo Rawley. Mojo now entering this ring. Mojo with a back suplex to Kevin Nash. It's Mojo now slamming down Kevin Nash's leg onto his own knee. Kevin Nash having a history of quad tears, as everybody knows. Always tearing those quads as he looks to crawl to his corner, but Mojo continuing the offense. Well, Kevin Nash now, Irish whip Mojo into the outsider's corner. Tag to Scott Hall. These two are going to Irish whip Mojo and a double back elbow to Mojo Rawley. Scott Hall just choking Mojo in the center of the ring. Look at that. Nothing more sadistic than just choking your opponent out. Now, strong Irish whip into the corner, takes down Mojo. Back colliding into the turnbuckles as Kevin Nash taunting this crowd while on the apron. Scott Hall has control of Mojo, but Mojo able to counter, elbows to the gut. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash have, I was going to say they have kept this in their corner, but now Mojo throwing Scott Hall out of the ring and into the post, into the LED post. This match has to get back into the ring. We don't want any matches to end in count out tonight. Outside of the ring can be so dangerous to any competitor. Mojo in control outside. For a back suplex of sorts, but dropping Scott Hall down. Scott Hall able to reverse, throwing Mojo into that barricade. But now Mojo back and forth, punch to the head, looking for a body slam, but Scott Hall able to slide off his back. Looking for a belly to belly, but once again, and a hip toss, colliding Scott Hall into those steel steps. So many S's in that sentence. Mojo now throwing Scott Hall into the ring, returning himself. Zack Ryder clapping and cheering on his partner here tonight. Nobody thought that Mojo and Zack could have this much offense against the Outsiders, but they have proven wrong. So he drops all his body weight down on the leg of Scott Hall. Now Mojo Irish whip Scott Hall into their corner, tag out to Zack Ryder. And a great tag team maneuver from the Hype Bros. You've seen that in the bottom right hand of your screen. That was Kevin Nash's hand reaching out to his partner looking for some sort of tag. Scott Hall has got to get out of there. Zack Ryder left the ring onto the apron, now return. I don't know what he was looking for there, but Returning to the ring nonetheless. Punch to Scott Hall. And now lifting him up, slamming that leg down onto his knee. Dragging Scott Hall's body to the center of the ring. Slamming his arm down to the mat. Zack has credited Scott Hall as... Oh, and a DDT by Scott Hall. Zack has credited Scott Hall as one of his favorites in his childhood. Maybe he never thought they'd be in the ring together, especially as opponents. Scott Hall sending Zack Ryder into the outsider's corner. Putting Zack in the tree of woe. And just shoving that boot into his face. The outsiders now getting back the advantage in this match as Scott Hall sends down a huge forearm from the middle rope. Kevin Nash will return to this match. Zack Ryder countering. And Irish whip into the ropes. And I don't know what Zack Ryder was looking for, but just with ease, Kevin Nash takes him down to the mat, slamming his head onto the mat. And Zack Ryder with the tag out to Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley will get into this match. These fans are not too happy about it. Irish whip Kevin into the corner, looking for the huge stinger splash. Kevin Nash able to move out of the way, slamming him down to the mat. Does not look good for Mojo Rawley. His partner's nowhere to be seen, and Kevin Nash putting up that too sweet elbow drop to the heart. Mojo Rawley. With one hand, Kevin Nash lifting up to his feet, and a running big boot. Going for the pin. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. This one's over. Zack Ryder was trying to get into the ring, but not quick enough. This match is over. Just like that, the first tag team to advance. Thank you everybody for watching part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 of Monday Night Raw. We will see you next time.